Here's a problem that I see a lot of people do. They draw the nose, right? And they think they have the right length of it, and they end up making it too, they don't realize that this part right here, this section right here is part of the nose. So you gotta keep that in mind when you're doing the nose, because sometimes when you have it down, it turns out the nose was too long, because you didn't compensate this section right here, so. See how I'm drawing it? I'm using a lot of straight lines. Once I get it where I feel comfortable, then I'm gonna build the shape of the face, the nose, everything. Go. I'm throwing one value now in there. Okay. Here's the thing. See, when I do the eyebrows, see this outline here? It's not going to show. I just put it in there to just find the shape of it. And when I really work on it, I only darken the middle part, And then everything else starts, especially up on top right here, it gets lighter because you want it to look like it's doing this, going right into the forehead, So this part right here will be lighter up on the top, and then down here, this part right here, this little, here, I'll draw it right here. Okay, here's the actual eye. I'll darken this part right here, and this part will get lighter as it goes up. The sunlight hits the eyebrows and it bleaches the hair right here. And then right here, I'll darken it again down here, and that pushes the eye in. I know it's a little confusing, but it's like this. It doesn't make any sense what I'm showing you. You have to see it when it looks done. You can see it. Yeah. See, this dark area right here, it pushes the eye back, tucks it in. See how I stop right here? Line, and put a line here. And then the next line will be her bag, right. That will shape the eye, right underneath. I told you that most times the outside corner of the eye is higher than the inside corner of the eye. And in this case, they're higher. The outside is higher. Except for this one. This one looks like it's kind of dipping a little, like it's level, but it's not truly level. Most times it's higher than the inside corner of the eye. Now here, right in the middle here, see how I drew this line here? There's a halo light that forms the nose. This part right here. This part right here. Here, like, see if I have it here. See how I did it right here? And this right here, there's a little lightness on either side of here. That's, you'll see that, especially when you're using binoculars. You'll see that. Now see this, when I'm doing the eye, I don't put a line down here in the bottom because the sunlight hit the bottom of the bottom lip of the eye. It bleaches the line, you can barely see it sometimes. Sometimes you could, sometimes you don't. And then the pupil actually shapes the eye. See, I throw it in there like that and leave these kind of bland right here. Just like the beginning, when I'm not worried about the actual shape of the face, I'm doing the same thing with the eyes. Just get it in there and get it really close, where I feel comfortable. Then I start to slow down. Slow down. Okay, when you're doing this side of the nose right here, see on this side on her right, it's lighter, right? On this side, you could see the line going all the way down here, but there's some cases where you'll see the line in the shape of the nose, and it'll stop right here and then continue on down here in the bottom. You got to see where the sunlight bleaches the lines. You know, 'cause if you follow every line, you draw everything, it's going to look really flat because you're not placing the soft lines and the hard edges. You got to figure out where are the hard edges and where are the soft edges. So this is going to be a soft edge, and this is going to be a hard edge. Down here is going to be semi-hard. Right. I lose track of time, Big Cat. That's the shadow right here. See how it looks like the nostril comes down too far down? But really, this is the shadow here. I'm not real, I don't have it right yet, but I put enough to it to where I know there's going to be a shadow there. Like I was correcting her. If you're a little confused, feel free to ask me. Hopefully I can help you. Explain what I'm doing. Exact same way I did the eyes, I kind of do it on the lips too. The bottom of the lip, in between here, gets bleached right in here. It gets darker right in here. I stop right here, and I'll stop right here, like that. Yep, it'll get darker, but it's very soft right here, and then kind of not really edgy here, because let me do it. Now, when you darken this area, it's going to make the lip come out. It's going to kind of do this. And then it gradually crawls into the lip, like that. So it gets softer right here, like that. One of the hardest things to do a portrait is the neck, because the neck's got layers of shadow overlapping each other. And you have to find, like if I had to look at her now, I'm looking at her, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different shadows, even more. They're all overlapping each other. And you notice I'm not using really the fundamental way of drawing it, but I am using fundamentals in a way where I'm using my eyes, my nose, and my lips as my grid. It'll help me find the nose, helps me find the eyes, helps me find the nose. So every time I draw something, then I do a visual memory of how far the nostril down I need to put it there. And then I'll draw a little line here to see. Sometimes I'll make the neck a little bit longer, and it enhances the beauty of the face when you have the neck just slightly longer. And I don't focus on the hair exactly like which, how it's, how her hair is flowing. I just get it close enough, close enough. See a double chin here? One, two, right here. There's a little, this area gets lighter right in here. You can see it. What I don't like seeing, if I see her neck parallel like this, I you probably will never see a drawing where my neck looks that way, parallel with each other like that. There's gonna be I want it to look like it has movement. It's like the body. I want it to look like it has movement, like her body's twisting one angle to the other. It's the same thing with the face. It has to look like it's doing this. It doesn't look stiff, because if I had to face her directly and everything parallel with each other, it's going to look like a mannequin. Everything's fine. Yeah, bouncing back and forth. So the neck, either the neck or the dress, maybe she might have a light, or her chest is bouncing back to her underneath her chin and lightens this up a little bit right here. Okay, I got enough in there where now I can get the contour shape of the face. Now I'm going back and getting rid of my fake lines and trying to put my true lines under. Okay. Yeah, I made her hair higher. It starts right here. This is where it starts. But I brought it up a little more. Let me show you something. When I get the hair in there really well and it really looks like hair, areas that are real dark like this. See this? Now I want to have some of the hair strand flake out, like flaking out, and you shouldn't be able to see the hair strand completely off to where it ends. Now I'm going to throw a hair strand coming out, right? And now, when it comes in, it gets lighter as it comes into the, flakes into the hair. And then when it comes out, you see it, and then it starts to, like that. That's how I draw. Like that. You can see it? See how it looks like it's comes in and out. You don't want to draw all the hair strands and see every one of them, the shape of it all the way to the end. You see it and you don't see it. The sunlight hits it, and depending on how the wave is, it's gonna bleach the line, and then when it starts to make a turn, then you see the edge again, because the sunlight's not able to bleach the entire hair strands kind of underneath. You understand that? You get it? Yeah. Oh, I got all the shadows in there. Then I switch over to an H. I'll start with a 4H, and then I go up to a 6H to really make it real smooth. And then my 9, I try to cover, I try not to use the white as my highlight. The only place where I'll have it highlight is right here, or maybe right here, or maybe right here. These little dots, but I try to cover the whole face under. And especially if I do the background, then literally the 95% of the face is covered. Because the background's gonna help bring out all the highlights, when I use the 9H, because 9H is I consider it my white. And here, let me show. Now, the really hard edges will be right here. This will be real hard there. There. And then right here. And then it gets softer right here. This is the hardest edge. This becomes a little bit softer, but it's still a hard edge, but softer. It comes up like that. And then the ear. It's hard right here. No hard edges down here. No hard edges. This. You could see it, right? Right? But if I have all my values in the right place, everything, and then I go with last is my 9H, this is gonna look white. It's gonna look white because all the other values that are much more darker than this is gonna make this look white. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't use this at rarely, only until the end, in the end. And I'll throw that in there because I want to cover the whole face. Much smoother.
3 inch.
And then see how there's little spaces in between. Then I go back again and fill that in. But to make it easy, you go in one direction. If you're going to do cross hatching, then you're going to have so many gaps that it's going to take you longer to get it smooth. So it's better to start one direction and then go back again with the same direction and fill in all the little gaps, and it's much quicker that way. Because if you do it like this, look what happens. Now you got all these little gaps that you got to go like this and try to fill everything in, and it takes too long. So going back, doing it in one direction, it speeds it up better, faster. Blending, you can blend it better, faster, I would say. Like here, watch. This is going to be. This side's darker, this side's lighter, right? Using number 2. When you're doing the background, I think I mentioned it last workshop. When you're doing the background, the drawback with these, they give a real sharp glare to it. When you start pressing hard and you're trying to get as dark as you can get it. Once you damage the paper and it gets really smooth, it's going to enhance the shine. So I found a way where you can eliminate the shine, is that when you get it all done, you spray it with Winsor Newton matte varnish. But before you use that, you spray with Fix-It first. And then you spray with the matte varnish, and it's going to eliminate the shine. It's going to enhance all your value. It's going to make it much more darker.